Imagine a hospital that gave every patient the same treatment, the same diagnosis, the same prescription, the same dose. We'd call that malpractice. But in education, we call it a regular Tuesday. Right now, millions of students are sitting in classrooms, passing exams, yet they have no idea what it means for their future. One wants to launch a startup. Another wants to run marketing campaigns. Another wants to analyze bond markets. Yet they're all taught in the same way. How long are we going to accept this? We're not. Not anymore. Personalized learning. We all agree that's the answer. But how do you personalize learning when every student has a different goal? At SP Jain, we asked ourselves, what if learning could match each student's ambition, their future career, their destination? Every student begins their journey with an assessment. It captures their interests, their strengths, their career aspirations, even how their mind processes information. These insights feed into our AI Tutor, a learning engine that doesn't just teach concepts. It teaches concepts through the lens of each student's future. Today, the students are learning elasticity of demand. Watch how the AI teaches it to two students heading to completely different careers.
Hello, Kieran. Hello, Patricia. Welcome back. Today, we're looking at elasticity and how it determines whether pricing lifts revenue. Kieran, with your goal of becoming an account planner, a multinational company like P&G, this is arguably the most practical tool you'll use in strategy meetings. Let me show you two of P&G's biggest product archetypes. First, look at Pampers. A 10% price increase results in only a 1% volume drop. Now contrast that with Tide. That same 10% price increase causes a 30% volume crash. So here's your question. You're planning a campaign for P&G. Which product can handle a price increase and which one needs promotion?
Well, Pampers can handle the price increase because it's inelastic. The parents aren't going to swap brands. But Tide needs promotion because consumers will just pay for a generic brand if it's too expensive.
Exactly right. For Pampers, you hold or raise prices to maximize revenue. For Tide, you promote heavily. Drop the price to drive volume because the quantity jump outweighs the margin loss. When you're sitting across from a buyer at Walmart negotiating for P&G, how do you use this data?
Well, I'd argue for deeper discounts on Tide to drive traffic since it's elastic.
Patricia, with your computer science background and your goal of working in investment banking, I want you to think of this as an optimization algorithm for maximizing revenue. Look at this data. Wealth advisory fees are inelastic. A 10% price increase results in only a 1% drop in clients. Revenue goes up because it's viewed as an essential service. Now contrast that with token trading fees. A 10% price increase triggers a 30% drop in volume. Users will simply switch to a competitor. For your platform to succeed, you need to determine, are you building an inelastic or elastic model?
I think inelastic because higher revenue, but I'm not sure if that's the right approach.
Let's break it down. If wealth advisory fees are inelastic, what does that tell you about pricing power?
That means we can raise prices without losing many clients.
Patricia learns elasticity through bond pricing. Kieran through product launches. Same concept, different worlds. The AI doesn't just adjust how it teaches, it adjusts what lens it uses. But it goes further than that. It also lets students step into their future and practice.
Kieran, I'm going to challenge you. You said promotions work for elastic goods like Tide, but you've trained customers to wait for discounts. They'll never pay full price again. You've destroyed brand value. Why would any smart account planner run a promotion?
Because it's not just about one-time revenue. It's about customer acquisition and market share.
Let's keep theory aside for a minute and step into a scenario. Patricia, you're advising a client who's nervous about IPO pricing. How do we use elasticity to find the right price point without leaving money on the table or losing momentum?
Well, first I'll look at demand elasticity for similar IPOs in this sector. If demand has been inelastic historically.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We're going to jump right into a case. Patricia, should surge pricing be regulated? Think Uber, concert tickets, insulin.
Well, if demand is inelastic, like insulin, then surge pricing isn't market dynamic, it's exploitation. You're extracting from desperation.
I hear that for insulin, but what about Uber? Because surge pricing brings more drivers online exactly when you need them. That increases supply during high demand. Surely that's the market working.
But that only works if everyone can afford it. During an emergency, surge pricing means the wealthy get rides and everyone else is stranded.
Well, that's the point. When a product is essential and the demand is also inelastic, the market breaks down and you need regulation for stability.
But where would you draw the line?
Notice what's happening. Patricia thinks about elasticity through financial markets. Kieran through consumer behavior. Another through social equity. They didn't just learn the same concept, they learned it through different lenses. And now they're bringing different perspectives to the same problem. That's the power of personalization. For 100 years, we taught students as if they were all going to the same place. The world doesn't need more people who pass the same test. It needs people who can see the same problem from different angles. That's what happens when learning meets purpose. That's what happens when we finally build education for where students are going, not for where we think they should be. This is the future of education.